Hello, my name is Edwin Edebiri, and I am the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and also the Happy Neighborhood Project. I want to say thank you for joining us this morning, and this is our Happy Monday call. I do this call every single Monday morning to help you start the week on a foundation of happiness. Whatever we focus on is going to grow. Folks, if you enjoy this, I encourage you to share it with other people. Share the numbers, with them so they can join us on Monday morning. And if they cannot join us on Monday morning, give them the YouTube link so they can subscribe and hear the recording. The link is youtube.com/ask the CHO. That is ASK for Tom, HECHO, Chief Happiness Officer. So that's ASKTHECHO, all one word. So join us. All right, folks. Today we are going to be talking about a topic that I think is a little sensitive, but I think it is very, very crucial. Now, like I say, most of this topic I talk about, I am not an expert in all of this area. I encourage you to do your research so that way you can have a better handle of the topic. My primary function is to bring it up to the surface, is to bring it up as a reminder, is to bring it up as the impact it can truly have on your happiness. So today, folks, I'm going to talk about sadness and happiness. Yes, that is the topic for today. Sadness and happiness. And I know some people might be thinking, wait a second, I thought this was supposed to be a happy call, to help you set up a foundation for your week. Yes, that is so true. But what I've also found out is that I think sadness comes as part of the package. And if we try to totally, completely, avoid sadness, unfortunately, we might also be avoiding deeper happiness. Okay, so then how does that kind of jive? Let me give an example. And I've been a business person practically all my adult life. Okay. And I've come across people who are really afraid to take risk. Well, guess what? If you don't take risk, there's a very, very good chance that you will not fail. But there's also a very, very good chance that you will not be successful. So sometimes you got to take risk to really find out what you are made of. And I think that's where I also see sadness. There are people that are working very hard so that they don't feel sadness. I don't think that's even possible because that's part of the emotions in life. As human beings, that's part of what we go through. So what do we see sometimes is some people, either because of the past experience that they've had, and they've been very sad, and I think one of the most obvious examples is relationship. You've seen people break in a relationship and they vow that they will never get into a relationship again for the rest of their life. Why? Because they didn't want to experience the sadness that they went through in the process again. But at the same time, what they have just also decided is they don't want to feel that kind of happiness that comes with deep relationship again for the rest of their life. So you can kind of see, it's a very touchy situation. That's why I open it with what I said. You have to do some research on this and see what impact does it really have on you. But if you just look at it from a common sense point of view, and I've had the benefit of talking to so many people on the subject of happiness, so I think I have a little bit on this also, is you cannot totally. So here is the deal. I think you should develop a strategy to overcome sadness, not to prevent it. In other words, open yourself up for the possibility of getting into a situation that's going to make you sad. Open yourself up, because in the process of doing that, you can truly experience happiness. And now if you made a mistake and something happened and you become sad, go through that sadness also. That's part of life. but you got to have a strategy to get out of it. Don't get stuck in it. So when I say develop a strategy to overcome sadness, it's not a strategy to prevent sadness. When you try to prevent sadness, you're also preventing happiness. Okay, so I'll take a deep breath there, okay? So develop a strategy to overcome sadness, not to prevent it. I truly believe that if you open yourself up, for the possibility of sadness, then you also open yourself up for the possibility of deeper happiness. I just think they come together. So instead of running away from sadness or situation that could make you sad, instead of running away, embrace it. And then develop strategy to overcome it. It's kind of like play. I've seen sometimes, some parents, they will try to prevent their kids from going to play for fear that the kid will be injured. Guess what? That's a very miserable life. Can you imagine that as a little kid? You say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to play because I might get injured. What kind of life is that? That's the life that there's zero play because you don't want to get injured. Come on. So it's not about preventing injury, it's how to overcome injury. and so, the good news is the children's body is still, strong enough that they can quickly overcome injury, And then so that's why when we get older, then we tend to get involved in less kind of play because we are afraid that recovering from injury might be a little bit more difficult. But folks, I see some people that enjoy dancing. And then as they get older, I say, oh, no, I can't do that. I used to do that when I was younger. Give me a break. Why? Because you are afraid of getting injured. So the very thing you enjoy doing that bring you pure joy, you stop doing it for fear of suffering a setback. What kind of life is that? So we have to maintain a balance. But the truth about it is this. I would say go ahead and dance. So what if you get injured? Figure out a way to overcome that. Don't prevent it. So that's why, in my TEDx talk on happiness, I talk about the 3-minute rule. Now, it might be a 3-hour for you. It might be a 3 days for you. It might be 3 weeks. But don't make it be too long. That's one strategy to prevent it. Not to prevent, to overcome. You cannot prevent. If you're trying to prevent, you're also limiting yourself from true happiness. You're holding yourself back. Or you see some people, they get in a relationship, they say, well, I can't take it too far because the last time I did, I know what happened. And so they play safe. But unfortunately, they never really experience the joy, the happiness, the deep one that comes with letting it go and just let it loose kind of a life. So it's a very tricky situation that if we try to totally avoid sadness, we are also limiting our level of happiness. And yes, if we let it all go, sometimes, a lot of pain comes with being sad. But I think also it allows us to truly appreciate happiness. If you just live a life where you're just maintaining a level of happiness and you never rock the boat, after some time it becomes stale. You got to bump into it a little bit. So take some risk. For fear of failing, sure, you're going to fail. But guess what? You also could succeed. So which one do you go for? I say go for it, Or play that you might get injured. I still go out play soccer. I enjoy soccer. Sometimes now I find myself playing with people half my age. But I enjoy it. Can I be worrying about getting injury? No. So the key is not to prevent sadness, really. It's to overcome it. How do you do that? That's where practice comes in. And practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. And sometimes when you anticipate it, then maybe through practice you can get better at it. And sometimes maybe you don't. Maybe that new experience is just new experience. But here is the thing that I find out, though, and this is what's so cool. If you accept the fact that sadness comes with the package, the package of we call human being, right? It's one of those emotions, right? If you accept that, that's already the very first step to overcoming it. Because I've seen it so many times. When people put themselves in a corner, that whatever is happening to them is happening to only them and nobody else, then their situation gets worse. They feel like they've been picked on. They feel like they've been unlucky. They've been dealt a bad hand. But the truth is, that's not really true. There's other people getting life worse than they are getting. But they don't know that. So they only know their own situation. And so they think their situation is worse. The moment you put yourself in that corner, you have depower yourself. You have depower yourself. You have to empower yourself, knowing that, hey, there are people that are going through worse situation than you are. No matter what your situation is, there are people going through worse situation. The moment you know that, you empower yourself. You're no longer in a victim situation. So, yes, feel the sadness because it comes with the package that we call life, human being. If you don't feel sadness, I'm afraid you're not truly human. That's just the way. I'm not a psychologist or stuff like that. So feel that. And then develop a strategy to overcome it. Okay. So knowing that it comes with the package is the first step. And then use the 3-minute rule. Like I said, it could be a 3-hour, it could be 3 days, it could be 3 weeks, but don't make it too long so that your brain doesn't go and rewire itself. Okay? And get out of it really quickly. And then the third thing is, what do you learn from that experience? Not so much to prevent it from happening, it's for you to truly appreciate it and carry the good with you into the next venture. So that's what I would say. So the first is, know that sadness comes with the package. Don't totally try to prevent it. Number 2, use the 3-minute rule. Set a time frame. Don't let it linger too much. Figure out a way to get out of it. And then 3, what did you learn in the process? Take the goods with you. Because you can't prevent sadness again. You can't say, oh, because I was sad this time, I'm going to prevent it for the rest of my life. That's not going to work. Take the good with you. And so when you get into it again, it will maybe not as bad, okay? So that's what we've got for today, folks. It's sadness and happiness. And please share this information if you think it was useful to you, and invite other people to join us. The YouTube link again is Ask the CHO. So it's youtube.com/AskTheCHO. Subscribe to it, share it with people, and hopefully you might touch somebody's life. And that's what happiness is really about. It's being of service to others. So that's what I've got for today. My name is Edwin Edebiri, the Chief Happiness Officer. I'm going to open the line, and as usual, we are going to wish each other a happy Monday. At the count of 2, 1, 2.
Happy Monday.
All right, you guys stay happy.